Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know I have you guys like zoomed in a little bit more, but I changed the setup of my camera and my ring light, so I want to see how this goes this time around. I am going to be doing a makeup tutorial today. It's kind of just going to be like a get ready with me. I'm putting makeup on, honestly, for no reason. I just want to have a full face of makeup, like full glam. I'm going to do a bunch of different stuff besides lashes, because you already know I don't like putting lashes on that much, and I only have one pair. And I don't want to put them on. So I'm going to test out some new makeup that I also bought during the Sephora VIB sale. I got my 15% off. I got a couple of new things that I want to try out. So if you want to hang out and get ready with me and go from this to this, then please keep watching. Okay, so all I have right now is I just quickly put my brows on just because I feel like that is self-explanatory. I used my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade and I just used some concealer to clean up the underneath of my brows. And I'm going to start out with the face today. I am super excited because I'm going to be going in with the Milk Makeup the Hydro Gripping Primer. I am super excited to try this out. I have heard so many good things. Apparently don't use a lot. I heard one pump is good enough for the entire face. So that is what we're going to be going in with first. And let's see. Okay, one pump. I'm too scared to like overdo it the first time around, so I'm just going to be doing the center of my face. Yeah, so it is pretty tacky. Let it sit for a minute and then I will put my foundation on over it. I will be going in with the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. This is in the shade Classic Ivory. It is slightly darker than my other, like my L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Wear foundation. I still have a little bit, I don't know if you can see on camera, a little bit of my self-tanner on. So I am going to apply this one today. I'm going to start out with one pump on each side. It does feel like it's dry. So I'm going to go in with my foundation now. I am really liking this foundation too. I feel like it does leave a glowiness to your skin, which of course that's what I'm all about. I don't really like too many matte foundations. I don't go and like gravitate towards this one as much, so I'm trying to use it more because it does look good on me when I have my self-tanner on, because it has a darker tint to the ivory than like my L'Oreal one or my Clinique one. So I do like this one. I've been using it for the past week or so and I've been putting makeup on. That is one layer, and I actually think that that is good enough because I'm going to go in with some concealer next. And it's like a little bit of a thicker consistency. It's not as watery as the L'Oreal one, but L'Oreal one is still my go-to. I need to get it in like 2 shades darker for when I do have my self-tan on. And now I am going in with concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I can say that that primer is holding on to my foundation better than other primers. I can see it. Does it like fill your pores too? Like, I have no idea. It looks like I don't see as many pores on my face. I don't know what that's from. But like right here, I normally see spots and I like have to go over it more. I don't see that right now. Does this primer hide your pores? I don't know. I just know it's a hydrating gripping primer, and I can tell you it is gripping my foundation. It is still slightly tacky, but I don't know if that's my foundation now. So I'm going to set all of that. For my under eye, for baking and setting, I'm going to be going in with the Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Powder. And I'm going to be using a Luxie Precision Foundation brush for this because I just like how it's like tapered so it points at the top. And I really just like how it gets right up underneath my eyes, how I want it to. There are people walking past my window right now. So first I'm going to set my under eye, and I will add more when I go to do my eyeshadow and everything for Fallout. To set the rest of my face, I'm going in with Milk Makeup Translucent Blur and Set Powder. I have really been liking this. I don't use, you know what, I have powder all over my shirt. I don't use a lot of this. I feel like a little goes a long way with this product. The only thing I don't like is this little lip. It is so difficult to get open, and I'm still trying to get used to that net type thing that they have been doing lately. I wish I could just dunk my brush into the whole thing. But I'm just going to quickly set the rest of my face. And when I go to do my bronzer and everything, I'm going to go back in with that Kat Von D Lock-It powder to carve out my contour and put that back underneath my eyes. So I'm going to go in with bronzer. I have told you guys about this before. I have been loving this ever since I've gotten it. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. This one is in Palm Beach Ready. I have used this quite a bit, and I have been loving this. And it's still surprised. I thought this was going to be too light for when I self-tan, but like I said, I've had my self-tanner on for like 4 days now, so it's fading. But it still shows up really nice and gives my skin like a good glow on top of my self-tanner, so I am happy that that still works really well. And I'm going to be going in with this Mikasa Beauty brush to bronze up my cheeks, and then I will carve out my contour after. I also kind of like to brush it into the rest of my skin and on my nose, just so like I don't have such a crazy difference from skin to bronzer. I kind of just blend it all together, and then to really define my cheeks and everything, that's when I carve it out. I probably have this ring light so bright that it doesn't even look like I have a self-tanner on. Oh, my white self. Now for blush, I'm going to be going in with this ColourPop Duo, and this is what it looks like inside. I forget the shades of these two, but it has like a pearly pink highlight and a blush. I'm just going to be using the blush first, and then I kind of take one dab into the highlight, the pearlier pink side, this one here, the shimmery one, and I kind of just go over that so it blends in with my shimmering bronzer. So I'm just going to tap into that, bang off the excess because this is a pretty pigmented blush. Since I have blush and bronzer on, I am going to chisel out the side of my face just because it kind of looks a little bit sloppy. And I'm also going to be adding in another bronzer on top. I am going to be using this palette from Tarte, and I'm going in with their eyeshadows, but I want to grab, as I can't see, I want to grab this bronzer here before I carve out my cheekbones. And with that same bronzing brush, I'm just going to be adding a little bit into the Wet n Wild bronzer just to warm it up a little bit more and mute the shine. Now before I do my eyeshadow, I'm just going to go back in with that Kat Von D powder. I'm going to pick up some of that on my beauty sponge, and I'm going to use the sharper edge side on the Morphe sponge, and I'm going to slide it down and then pull it down my cheek, and I'll let that hang out while I do my eyes. And I'm going in with the other side of the sponge, picking up some more, and I'm going to dab that underneath my eyes and let that sit there as well. Catches all the fallout, and then you can just brush it away. So now that I look ridiculous, I'm going to be going in with eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using, like I said, this Tarte palette here. I forget exactly what this palette is called because it doesn't say on here. I I forget what this is, but I am loving these shimmer shades in here. I have no idea what kind of look I'm going for, so I might want to use this tealish green right here, so we might be jumping into that. But first I'm going to start out with a base transition shade, and I am going in with this center shade right here. From the looks of it, it's called Beach Read, I think, from the looks of it, if I'm reading it correctly. So I'm just going to pick that up and put that all over my lid and in my crease. I'm using a very fluffy brush for this, and I'm just going to get that base down. I cannot tell if this camera is focused or not, and it's really driving me nuts because I have it set to autofocus, but it doesn't even look like it's doing it. So sorry in advance. Okay, now that I have that base shade down, I'm picking up a Sigma E35 brush, and I'm going to be going in with, I'm going to pick up some of this brown shade on this outer corner. There we go. This brown shade, and I'm going to focus that on the outer corner and swoop it kind of in to the center of my lid. These Sigma brushes are honestly just so amazing to blend out. I need to get more. So I kind of push it in circular motions and then I buff it back and forth. Then I pick up that same brush that I used to put down my base, and I'm going to buff it all out and together. I feel like I have said this multiple times in my videos. This right eye does not hold pigment like my left eye does. I do not understand why, but I always have to add more on my right eye than I do on my left eye, and it drives me nuts. Now that I have that kind of shaped out, I am going to be picking up, let's see, I want to add some purple. This maroon shade down here, I'm going to pick some of that up. That looks like it is Surf Rider or Rooftop. I don't know. They have this laid out on the back for you to get the names of the shades. There, can you see that? I cannot read, so I don't know which one's which, but I'm going to take that bottom maroon shade, and I'm using a Morphe 433 brush, and I'm just going to deepen up that outer corner. Then going back in with that Sigma brush with no more product on it, I'm just going to buff that together. Okay, so now that I have that purple shade added in with the brown slightly to deepen up that outer corner, I am now going to be picking up this teal greenish shade here. It's like a shimmer shade, and I'm actually going to be applying it with my fingers. So I'm going to pick that up. These are super smooth and super creamy. Like, look how pigmented that is, and all I did was one little swirl in the eyeshadow. So I'm going to take that and kind of just stamp it on my eyelid from the inner corner to the center with my finger. Okay, so now that I have that green on my eyes, I am going to be picking up, let's see, I want to pick up this shade which is right next to it, this more of this shimmery white, it's like a pearly white shade, and I'm going to put that in the inner corner and then over the start of the green, just kind of so it blends together, and I'm using a small precision brush from Sephora. Okay, so now that I have let my face bake, I'm going to quickly go in with this really big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to buff away that baking on my contour, and now we have a nice clean line. I'm going to leave what's underneath my eyes for now because I'm going to go in with mascara and curl my lashes, and then if any mascara gets underneath on my bottom lashes or on the underneath of my eyes, I can just brush it away once it dries. So I'm going to quickly apply mascara. I am going in with two mascaras. I'm going to layer them and I'm going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and then to top it off, going in with the Better Than Sex from Too Faced mascara. So I'm going to quickly do that. So I just did a layer of the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and now I'm curling it again, and then I'm going to put the Too Faced Better Than Sex on top. It like is a lash lift without lashes, like falsies. Now quickly I'm going to be going into my lower lash line, and I'm going to be picking up that shimmery green shade with that same definer, like that small precision brush from Sephora, and I'm going to kind of just glide that underneath my eyes. I am also going to be applying some eyeliner to my waterline. This is the Maybelline Unstoppable eyeliner in, what is the shade? Onyx, I believe it is. It's like a grayish black, but when I apply it, it just looks like a regular black. So now I'm going to pick up that duo fiber brush for underneath my eyes, and I'm going to brush away all of that powder that is under there. Okay, now for highlight, I'm going to be using what came in my April BoxyCharm, and I have been loving this highlight. This is the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in Summer Haze. It is just so pretty, and I thought it was actually going to be too dark for me, but it is not, and now that, of course, like I said, self-tanner, it is perfect as well. And now lastly for lips, I am so excited to be trying this out. This is the new NARS lip tint from their Orgasm collection, and yeah, it's an oil infused lip tint. That is what it's called. When I went into Sephora, let me tell you, my husband was with me and it was just great. I went on my Sephora app and I just had like loved a bunch of things, so it was in my love section beforehand, and I didn't realize the Sephora I was going in the mall that we went to was closing at 9. Usually the malls that I've been in close at like 9:30 or 10 on the weekends. So I walked in at like 8:50 and the girl was like, "Oh, what do you need?" And I was like, "Okay." I pulled up my app and literally she ran around the whole store and grabbed everything that I wanted, like the gripping primer, this. I also picked up a new Stila Liquid Metals eyeshadow, but I wasn't using that today. And I also got the Ole Hendrickson Banana Eye Cream, and that I can tell you is amazing. I've used it twice already and I love it. But she literally just ran around and grabbed everything for me, and this was the last one of this, and I was super excited. So I cannot wait to put this on my lips. I think all that I'm going to do is just line my lips with like a nude lip, since I have some color on my eyes, and then just put this on top. So let me get a lip liner. This is a Bodyography lip pencil. This is in Heatherberry, and I'm just going to quickly line my lips with this and then top it off with that lip tint. It's a very sharp pencil, but it is not stiff, the liner, like when you put it on. So I can kind of like rub it together. Now I'm going to try this. It smells good. It just looks so pretty. Like, it looks like hot pink on the brush, but every time I see somebody try it, yeah, it's not that at all. Oh. It feels so nice. Like, I want to call this a gloss, but it's not a gloss. It's not like sticky. It is very smooth, almost creamy, like a creamy eyeshadow. Like, that's what it feels like. I don't know how else to describe this. Wow. I am loving this. My lips just feel so hydrated. There's no tackiness, no stickiness, no, like, you know, when you put your lips together with a gloss and you just feel the gloss stretching on your lips. Like, I don't feel that at all with this product. But yet again, it's not necessarily a gloss. I don't know why I keep wanting to think that it's a gloss. It's not. It's a lip tint. It's an oil-infused lip tint. And it just feels so... It feels like one of those really nice serums that you put on your skin and you just feel so hydrated and so glowy afterwards. That's what it feels like on my lips. Oh, I'm loving that. And to top it off, now that I've just ranted about that, to top it off, I'm just going to quickly set my face, and I'm going in with the Morphe setting spray. Best setting spray lately. I just love the sprayer. Okay guys, so this is the final result. I loved this primer, and I love this lip tint. I will be using this all the time. You could use this by itself. I just literally have a lip liner on with it, so the tint on my lips is more so from the lip liner. This doesn't really have too much of a tint, in my opinion. It does look pink and shimmery. I don't necessarily see too much of that because my lip liner was like a mauve-y pink. Next I'm going to try this on its own and on top of like a liquid lipstick and see how that is. But I love that lip tint. This primer, my makeup looks so good on my skin. Like, I've recently been using the Fenty Pro Filter primer. I have like a sample size from Sephora, and I've been loving that. But this primer is bomb. It literally holds onto my makeup. Now, I will be wearing this for a couple hours, so I will see as the hours go on how my makeup fades or changes, if anything clumps up. But I did only one pump, like everyone has been saying. I did not overdo it. I did one pump, so I bet you that is literally just the key, because people were saying if they did a lot, it started to clump up in certain areas, and I don't see that at all. Like, it is super smooth around my nose here. I don't know if you guys can see any of this. I feel like as I get up closer, my camera does not focus anymore. But my skin just looks really, really good with this primer. I am super impressed. But yeah, that is literally it. I just wanted to put makeup on my face. Like, I have nowhere to go. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not doing anything. So I'm just gonna hang out with a full face of makeup on until I go to bed. But that is about it. I really do love these products, and I put this on before I started filming. I forgot to mention it in the beginning of the video. But this is the Banana Bright Eye Cream from Ole Henriksen, and this is also amazing. This is my second time using it. I put it on before the video, and then I also put it on yesterday morning. Loving this. Love the smell. It glides right underneath my eyes. Super, super nice. And I use my ring finger. Don't use like the pointer fingers because you'll put too much pressure. I use the ring finger because that's like the most gentle underneath your eyes. But yeah, other than that, that is what I picked up with the Sephora VIB sale, and I just wanted to put some makeup on my face. Thank you all for hanging out with me and watching me do this full face of glam for no reason, and testing out some of these new products. But until next time, I will see you all later. Bye!